Hello and welcome to Solution Code. In this video we'll see how the controller functions in much more convenient way so that the basics of the flow is cleared. So this would be a short video and it would be rather the extension of the previous video. So let's do one thing. Let's create a new controller and save it as a new name, which is a test controller test.php. Okay, now the first thing is the security check. So defined base path or exit, no direct file access. If anyone who tries to access your controller directly from the URL like localhost /ci underscore tut / application / controller / the name of the controller, so he would see something like this and the PHP script would be stopped. Now let's give it a class name with a caps T which extends ci underscore controller. So what does this lines of code means? Firstly, the name of the class should be with the same convention. The first letter should be caps. Similar convention to be followed in giving the name of the controllers. From Codeigniter version 3 and above, the convention we use to follow to make a controller and name a controller is the first letter of the controller must be capital. If we keep this small, I found that sometimes when we try to load the same thing in the server, it would run totally fine on the local server, that is a local host. If you upload your folder to the live server, there it may cause some errors or it may lead to a 404 page. It can't find a controller. So it's better to keep the first letter caps in first letter caps of the in naming the controller, as well as the first letter caps in defining the class. So the class name and the file name should be the same, and the convention you use to specify the name is also the same, which is the first letter should be caps. Now let's see and try to access this file on our server. So this is the basic, or this is the index.php, and this was the default controller which we made in our previous video. And let's go to the test controller. We named it a test, and you can see that it's a 404 page found. Why is it so? It is because we haven't specified our index method. Now let's echo index method of test controller. Okay, now if I try to reload it, you can see that the index method of test controller is called. So by default it's a public method and the name is index. Now if I want some another method, for example, it would be test index. So it would go like, let me echo it here. This is test index method of test controller. So this is index.php / the controller name / the method name. So method name is by default index. If you don't write it, the index would be loaded. Now if I want to write it and I want to load this method, I would just copy it and place it in front of the controller name. So this is a controller and this is a function, and when I try to load it, test index method of test controller. So this is the way the flow of controller is in Codeigniter. In the next video we'll see how what are models and how can we make a models. Hope you like this video. Please share it with your friends and please comment below if you have any doubts. Thank you.